Hello everyone, Arkany here. This video is going to be a showcase of another one of the builds I tested for the Typhlosion 7-star Terror Raid event, the Girafarig build. Girafarig is immune to Shadow Ball as well as the special defense drops, so we're able to run an Eviolite instead of a clear amulet or covered cloak. Why not Farigiraf though? Because Girafarig has higher base speed than Farigiraf, so we only need a small investment to outspeed Typhlosion. With that, we can invest more in defenses, allowing Girafarig to reach better defensive thresholds. We're going to start by using Skill Swap to yoink the Flash Fire ability off of Typhlosion and become immune to fire. With that, we can only take damage from Earthquake and Play Rough, the physical moves. This also prevents NPCs from activating the ability with their fire moves. Now we're going to wait for the stats and abilities clear. During that turn, Typhlosion should be able to use Eruption, but won't because he thinks we're immune to it now. Or at least that hasn't happened to me after dozens of attempts. We're going to hover Calm Mind to use immediately after the stat clear. Be ready to spam A. We need to use our move immediately because there's an out of turn Eruption coming up shortly after. If you don't move or take even a few seconds to move, our ability stays nullified during that extra turn as well. That's why it's important to wait out this turn and to move fast. Though sometimes the ability stays nullified for extra turns for no reason, which seems to be a glitch. Anyway, if we're able to get through the first 2 turns, the raid is pretty much already won. We'll set up 6 Calm Minds and then start using Stored Power. Because we're only taking damage from the physical moves, my focus making this build was to invest heavily into defense so that we're able to use Calm Mind safely for several turns. The stored power damage we'll get is still more than enough to finish the job without special attack investment, so I went for the comfort pick. Every now and then you may have to use Wish to recover HP. I recommend using Wish as your HP approaches 60 to 70% because the healing effect only happens at the end of the next turn. The max damage we take from an Earthquake crit is less than 25% with this build, so we can survive even the worst case scenarios. Our other alternative to healing is Rest, which heals instantly, though unfortunately wastes several turns to sleep. I also want to mention that I chose to do this raid with Arboliva because this is the most helpful NPC you can get. This works with any NPCs, by the way. Grassy terrain gives you very nice recovery and reduces earthquake damage to half, which gives you even more survivability, and Arboliva uses Energy Ball, which has a chance to lower special defense. With a bit of luck, Typhlosion will have 1 special defense drop when you start using stored power, which is nice to have, but doesn't change the strategy. Thanks to Arboliva, we barely had to use Wish in this raid, and if we had an Intimidator in the team on top of that, we'd probably never even have to use Wish at all. If you have different NPCs, then you will probably have to use Wish a bit more often, but that doesn't change the strategy, you're still going to be able to finish just fine. Once you finish the setup, use Stored Power 3 times to charge the Terra Orb. This also takes some good chunks off the shield. After that, use an Attack Cheer before you Terrasalize. Even without the special defense drop, with the Attack Cheer you're able to destroy the shield in one go on top of the previous damage you dealt. This is important because the turn after the shield breaks, the boss will not use any moves on you, so you're able to get 3 Terra's Stored Power before taking damage from Shadow Ball, which is enough to finish the raid. Shadow Ball could KO you on a critical hit, but the raid should end before there's a chance for that to happen. The special defense drop makes no difference to that. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this build as much as I have. I'll leave you with the infographic if you want to try this yourself. Every EV point matters in this build to meet various defensive thresholds. You could also run a more offensive version of this build, but the defensive approach feels really nice. By the way, you can also choose to not Terrasalize, but it really speeds up the raid. If you go that route, I recommend maxing out Stored Power's PP. That is all I had to say, so I'll let you watch how the rest of the raid plays out. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.